Welcome back to my channel. My name is Susan Day. I am the owner and artist of Poor Girl Art. This is my latest cup design. Guys, this one is just so pretty. I will link a full list of products that I use down below in the description box so you can get those. I hope you enjoy this video. And if you do, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Before we can get this cup done, guys, we need to rewind a little bit, go back in the past a couple of hours. Now, in case you're wondering, the resin that I use for all my cups is the Counterculture DIY Fast Set. It is my favorite resin for cups. And I've used a lot of different products here, guys. Like I said, I will list them down below for you. Okay, here we go. Our first step here is to paint our cup. I have already sanded and washed the cup. And I am using Pop of Color paints from Counterculture DIY here. I ended up using 2 coats because I wanted this to have really good coverage. This stuff is easy to use, guys. I like my wide brush. It helps it go on smooth and even and avoid those streaks. You really don't want streaks in your paint if you can avoid it at all. I'm going to set this aside and let it dry, and we'll be ready to move on to glitter. Okay, and while I'm letting that dry, I am going to cut out my vinyl. Yes, I'm doing another fussy cut. I don't know why. I really can't tell you, but it turned out so cute. And of course, my vinyl is patterned vinyl from the Vinyl Cottage. And the link below will have a little discount built in for you. And guys, I just basically cut out a row of these leaves. I wanted full leaves, so I cut right down the middle. I'll have to use the 2 sides for something else, but guys, this vinyl will not go to waste. It's just too pretty. Okay, once the paint dried, I applied a thin layer of fast set resin to the entire cup. And guys, I know I put resin on my cups weird. I just do. Do it the way that works for you. That is the best advice I can give you. If it works for you, it doesn't matter if it's weird. So I'm going to get this all nice and smoothed out. I'm going to take a torch, give it a quick torch, let it turn for a couple of minutes before I start applying my glitter. Okay, here we go, guys. Now, when you're putting your glitter on this way, let your cup turner do the work. Just kind of sprinkle it on at an angle, and you'll get that nice twist around your cup. Really not hard. And most of all, guys, enjoy the process. Don't try to fight it. Just have fun with it. I think I used 5 different glitters on this cup. I will list them down below, along with the links, of course. I wanted this to be super sparkly and super pretty because I want to put that vinyl over the top. And right there where I'm putting that white, that's where my vinyl's going to go. And I went back and applied a second coat of each one as long as I was at it. I wanted these to have really good coverage. And when you're picking your glitters, try to pick them in the same tonal range. You wouldn't put a neon pink with a sage green. It wouldn't look right. It would clash. If you're going to use the neon pink, go ahead and use all your other colors in neons as well. And if you're going to use a sage green or a sage blue, stick with that dusty palette all the way through. So now our cup is dry, and I'm going to sand it here. You want to get that top sanded clear down to the stainless steel so that your final coats of resin have something really nice to cling to. And guys, I ended up doing 3 coats of resin on this tumbler to get the surface nice and smooth. You want to get it as smooth as you possibly can. Otherwise, those lumps and bumps will show when you start putting on your vinyl. So I sanded the top, I sanded the bottom, I gave the sides a quick once over just to make sure I didn't have any little bumps anywhere. Obviously, this video is sped up quite a bit, but you get the idea. Once I got it sanded down, of course you want to wipe it down with some isopropyl alcohol and a paper towel or a cloth towel. A lot of times I'll use a cloth towel because I can wash those and use them again. But in my videos, I just use paper towels. So here we go. I've got my vinyl, and I wanted to wrap around that part of the cup where I put the white glitter. That was the idea when I did this. So I'm just kind of placing it, getting it about where I want it. And then I'm going to hold it in place while I start to peel the vinyl back. This was probably the hardest part, guys. Had I known that this was going to be such a pain to get this vinyl down without it having bubbles and all of that, I might not have done this cup. I did end up cutting out the individual leaves, which is probably a good thing because I really don't think I would have got it on there had I left those in one piece. By cutting out the leaves, it made it a little more flexible. I'm not going to lie, guys, wrapping this vinyl and getting it all straight and put down without bubbles or any issues took me about 20 minutes. So yeah, I don't know that I'll do another one like this. But the results are really pretty. I'm really happy with this. In fact, I'm tempted to keep this tumbler because I like it so much. So you can see here, I started using my tool, and that's the felt covered side. It's nice and soft so it doesn't scratch your vinyl. And I just really took my time and worked that vinyl. I had to do a lot of stretching. You want to be careful when you're stretching. You don't want to distort your pattern. But because these are leaves, I got away with more than I probably would have had this been like a plaid or a stripe. And honestly, you guys, I think there was a fair amount of swearing that went on during this process. It was frustrating. But like I said, just take your time. Don't be like me and let yourself get frustrated. It'll all work out. And if you do end up with any little bubbles, you can take your weeding tool or your craft knife and poke a little hole in it and just rub it out with your finger and get rid of those bubbles. I did end up with a few that I had to pop and rub out, but really not bad. You can kind of see me pulling on it there, guys, to get it to lay flat and smooth. I finally got it. I'm so glad that I did it. But yeah, it took a lot of time to get this down. Okay, and once I got it on, I took my edge trimmer and I trimmed the top and the bottom of the cup. I didn't want the vinyl all the way up to the stainless steel. In fact, I cut it down about 3/8 of an inch at both top and bottom. And that's just my preference. I just did that because that's how I prefer to do it. You don't have to do it that way. Do it the way that you like it, guys. And if you don't have an edge trimmer like mine, I will link my Amazon store so you can find those. And that's it, all of the vinyls on. Now I wanted something a little special. I originally thought I would use this reflective vinyl, but when I got the cup done, I didn't like it. So instead I pulled out the paint that I used to prime the cup with. the Counterculture DIY Pop of Color paint, and I looked over at my sheet of cutout leopard print, and I painted my own. Now, this took a little time, but honestly, about a third of the time that the vinyl took. And I like to hand paint on my cups. I enjoy that. I think it's fun. So this I really enjoyed. I do think it helps to have a pattern off to the side that you can look at just for a reference. You want to be careful to keep your leopard print moving so that it's not all the same shape over and over, which can be a little bit of a challenge. But again, just take your time and enjoy the process. That's what this is all about. Once I got that leopard print on, I let it dry thoroughly, and then I applied a coat of resin. And as I was applying this resin, guys, it dawned on me that I wanted to outline my leopard print. So once this cured, I did go ahead and outline those with a paint pen. You'll see that in just a second. Of course, you want to get your bubbles out. Use your torch, whether it's a little torch or a big torch. If you're just starting out and you're afraid of a big torch like I use, just get a culinary torch. Again, I will have that in my Amazon store along with the big torch that I use. Guys, this is just a Posca pin in about a robin's egg blue. It matched some of the blue in the leaves, and I wanted a subtle effect here. I didn't want a drastic change between the leopard spots and the outline. I just wanted to add a little definition to them. Once I got the outline finished, I let that paint dry for about an hour. Guys, with your acrylic paints or any paints or inks, you want to make sure it's thoroughly dry before you apply any resin over it. So once this dried, I applied 2 coats of resin to this cup, and it was done and ready to go. And I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you have something you want to see me do, please drop a comment. In fact, drop a comment anyway, if you would. Be sure and like this video, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.